We are live. I would like to start with a mental health check. Brick, let's start with you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm dandy, but in the quarantine sense. So I guess I'm fine, whatever that means.
I think you're going crazy.
Maybe.
Mark, you'd probably be at home anyways, right? So you're on actual leave now.
Yeah, this last hour I've been really fucked up though, because I just finished B movie, and that was the most ridiculous fucking haunting movie of my life.
Haunting. Okay. Do you have your review ready? Do you want to just kick off with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jerry Seinfeld. I'm a bee. Bees.
Let me pull up this cast because they actually had a decent cast in this movie. However, I will start by saying that Jerry Seinfeld should never, whoever came up with the idea that he should be a voice actor for an animated film is a fucking idiot, because he is the most annoying voice ever.
What do you mean? Is his voice a little too high, or is it asking too many questions? What's wrong with Jerry Seinfeld?
I was fucking losing it. They had him like screaming most of the time. Everything he was screaming, and his scream is just fucking horrid. But anyways, yeah. So Jerry Seinfeld is Barry. He's the main bee. Renee Zellweger is in this. Renee Zellweger plays Vanessa, who is the human. I'm not going to go too far. I'm not going to go too far into characters, but those are two characters you need to know. Matthew Broderick is in this, and then Patrick Warburton is Ken, who is Vanessa's boyfriend.
He's all right, so let's start. Seinfeld.
And Patrick Warburton, he has the best voice acting type of voice.
Yeah,
even though he screams.
Yeah, you're not going to name the rest of this cast? John Goodman, Chris Rock, Kathy Bates, Larry King, Ray Liotta, Sting, Oprah Winfrey.
Why is Oprah in this fucking movie?
She's not
judge.
Really. She's maybe in it. Same thing with Chris Rock. You would think he'd be in this movie a lot. Like they'd use him like fucking like Mushu and Mulan or something. No, he's in it for like maybe 10 seconds. It's so stupid.
Eddie Murphy, by the way.
Wasn't that Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
I guess. All right. All right. Anyways, so the I got to find my review because I had to write this whole fucking thing down.
You didn't. I mean, we didn't need an in-depth review of a movie that came out 10 years ago.
No, you do need it, because I didn't watch this fucking movie for nothing. Oh my God, I can't find it. Where did it go?
He deleted it. Good content right now.
Yeah, this is great for an audio podcast.
People
I'm going to find it.
beaming with entertainment. That was a terrible pun.
Yeah, it was. I gave Mark a point back for actually watching B movie, and now I'm thinking about taking it away. I guess I can give an update on this while he tries.
Oh my God, I recently deleted it. I'm a dumbass. All right, so anyways, the movie starts off and they're in the hive. We meet Barry and his best friend. I don't know his name. So these bees drive cars for whatever fucking reason in the hive. And the movie starts by them graduating school. And for some reason, they are finding out upon graduation that they have to pick a job and work that job for the rest of their life. So for some reason in the school, they were never taught like, hey, you're going to have this one job to do and you're going to have to do it forever. They were never told that, which is completely stupid. So Barry admires these people that have jobs. They're called pollen jocks. They're basically the bees that go get the pollen and bring it back and then like create the honey. So they're like the badasses of the workforce for the bees.
They're like the Top Gun, like badass Air Force.
Exactly. So I guess they don't really have rules because Barry literally just asks if he can come out into the world. This is his first time going out into the world, by the way, out of the hive. And they just say, yeah, sure, come with us. So Barry goes with them. He ends up getting caught up in a tennis game and getting stuck to a tennis ball. And that's where he meets Vanessa and Ken, the two humans that are the main players in this story.
Can you communicate with the humans?
Not yet, but yes, bees can talk. Bees can communicate with humans.
It's Jerry Seinfeld.
So he's caught up in this tennis game, and he somehow gets off of this tennis ball. You know, bees like stick to everything for some reason. He then it then starts to rain, and the bees are told that if you get caught up in rain, you can't fly. So he has to duck for cover under a windowsill, and it just happens to be Vanessa and Ken's house. So it took them about 2 minutes to get home from when they were playing tennis to when they were inside the house, which makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Mark's going over the logistics of the movie where the bee is talking. Okay.
Exactly. So Barry then goes inside the house and wants to thank Vanessa for basically I guess he thinks she saved him by letting her in his home. So Barry talks to Vanessa, and Vanessa freaks out for literally 5 seconds, and then they just have a casual conversation. And Vanessa asks if he would like coffee, and Barry says, yes, I would love coffee. For some fucking reason, Barry knows what coffee is. Never has he drank coffee. They shouldn't know what coffee is because he's never left the fucking hive, but he does.
I mean, you already said they were driving cars.
I know.
Maybe they have bee coffee. Maybe they have bee coffee.
All right. So Barry and Vanessa, for whatever reason, they have some sexual tension. I know he's a fucking bee, but for some reason, Vanessa gives him hints as to like she would actually fuck this bee.
She wants that stinger. She wants that stinger.
She wants that stinger, I guess. Yeah. And Vanessa ends up telling Barry that her one goal, by the way, she's a florist. She talks about how she could have been a lawyer, but she loves flowers. She's a florist.
It's called a hobby.
She tells Barry that as a florist, her one goal in life is to be in the parade of roses in Pasadena. Where's Pasadena? California? Or
California.
California. We're almost done, guys. Don't worry.
So I was going to ask for a wrap it up box, but
wrap that shit up. Bee.
No, you got to hear this whole fucking story. All right. So then Barry and Vanessa get to talking, and Barry finds out for another whatever fucking reason, I don't know why the bees didn't know this, that humans are actually using their honey. So Barry wants to sue the human race for using the bees' honey because they're marketing it like the one thing that pissed him off is like putting the honey in a bear container. You know that honey brand that is in the bear
Bears
container.
Don't even make honey.
Exactly. So he's all pissed off about the humans taking their honey. So he wants to sue the honey industry as a whole. I don't know how you can sue a whole industry. I don't know how that's possible, but in this movie, you can fucking do it. So yes, they end up going to court. So in a preliminary trial or hearing, there shouldn't be any jury. The first day in court, there's a jury. So I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it did. So there's a jury, and the bees at this point are all talking. He has his bee prosecution team and whatever, and they're all talking. And everyone in this trial, even like the spectators, don't give a fuck. They're not surprised that a bee's talking, which also doesn't make any fucking sense. You have some cameos by people that take the stand, like Sting from The Police, just because his name is Sting, no other reason. Barry thinks that by taking Sting as a name, he is taking fucking that away from the bees or whatever. I have no idea. But anyways, Sting's in this fucking movie.
He's the only thing that can sting you. Scorpions can sting you.
That's true.
Yes, I agree with you, Smithers.
Do stingrays sting you?
Ask Steve Irwin.
Good point.
Okay. And while all this happened, by the way, Vanessa and her boyfriend at the time, Ken, they broke up because Ken was very intimidated by Barry because he felt like Barry was going to fuck his girlfriend at the time. So Ken and Vanessa are no longer together. It's just Vanessa and Barry. Back to the trial, Barry claims that all bees will become slaves to beekeepers, and after that, the judge was just so convinced that, oh my God, this bee is right. We're fucking horrible people, that the judge announces that he wins the trial. So there was no point to the fucking jury in the first place. It didn't go to a jury. The judge just smacked her gavel and just said, the judge was Oprah, by the way, for about 10 seconds. She smacked her gavel and said, bees win the trial.
I could just imagine Mark sitting there like, come on.
Dude. So after the trial was won, all the honey is now given back to the bees, which means bees are no longer working, no more pollination, no more survival for flowers. Vanessa is just realizing after months of this happening that this is bad for her business.
That would kill the
no
entire
pollination.
race. The entire reason why we're trying to save bees is because they pollinate plants. They cross-pollinate plants.
Exactly.
So Barry just killed the whole entire human race by suing them for
movie
the
about
honey.
genocide.
Wow.
Pretty much. And Vanessa had no idea that this would happen, supposedly. So Vanessa and Barry realize that they are in a dire situation. The only flowers that are left are at the Pasadena Roses Parade in one of the floats. So what they have to do is they end up driving to Pasadena and stealing a float, putting it, getting it through the airport. They have to put it through fucking, they have to check it in, everything. They put it on the airplane. Exactly. All that shit. They're on the plane. Barry, for some reason, wants to go in the cockpit. The pilots freak out, somehow not knowing that bees are now talking, which has been all over the news in the last couple of months. They still are fucking so surprised that this bee is talking to them that they freak the fuck out in the
pilots
cockpit.
Are in their own world. They're in their own little world. That makes sense.
And then when they freaked out, they like elbowed each other, and some shit happened where they both were knocked out. So now there's no pilots flying the plane. So Vanessa takes the cockpit. It's on autopilot, and for some reason it goes haywire. It's now she has to fly it manually, and she can't do that because she's not a fucking pilot.
You know who can fly?
So all the bees learn via their bees. All the bees learn via the bee news that they have in their hive that the plane is in danger. And I don't know how this happened. They must have had some source on the plane that told all these bees that this plane was going down in a matter of like half an hour, which makes no fucking sense too. So once they were relayed this info, all the bees fly to the airplane and they swarm under the belly of the plane and they land it. They land the fucking plane. The bees swarm under the belly of the plane and they land the fucking plane.
No, we heard you.
Okay.
Yeah. We heard you.
So everyone thinks
this was based on a true story, right?
There's more. Come on, man.
So this is it. So Barry saved the day because he stole this float from the Roses Pasadena whatever fucking parade, and now he has become a pollen jock. The pollen jocks give him a jacket that fits him perfectly. It's like they knew he was going to become a pollen jock regardless.
You earned your wings. Yeehaw! Get to the skies, Jerry.
You get it, Brick. So that is it, and I guess Barry ends up probably fucking Vanessa, the human. Somehow,
he's got that cool leather coat. You can fuck anything in a cool leather coat.
He was wearing a pretty cool pollen jock leather coat. So my question to you guys, is, I'm going to go through A through D list of things. One of them didn't happen. You have to guess which of these did not happen in the B movie. Okay,
please.
So for A, Barry goes on a talk show with B. Larry King. B, Barry daydreams of him and Vanessa on a date where she proceeds to get into a plane, asks if Barry, in a very sexual voice, is coming, and then crashes into a boulder, blowing up the plane she was in and dying before Barry's own 2B eyes.
So that was very descriptive and specific, but also coming from Mark too. So it's very bloody and death is, very prevalent. But I could see that one being actually in the movie too.
C, Barry instructs a grasshopper to torture a wasp using a sticky fly ribbon and a miniature magnifying glass. Or D, Barry has a sword fight with his stinger and a Hispanic stockyard worker using a thumbtack. The stockyard worker was using a little thumbtack to basically fence him in a sword fight.
I'm gonna go with C. Did not occur in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you?
I'm gonna go with B, just because. I'll change it up.
Smithers, you're right. He did not instruct a grasshopper to torture a wasp.
That sounds fucked up even for this idiotic movie. So I'm really glad that you suffered through that so that we didn't have to.
We suffered through 12 to 14 minutes of that though. So that
was a brutal description. I'm not gonna lie. That is I'm out of words.
The movie just it's like they had like fucking 5 different directors. It just went in completely different directions every like 30 minutes, as you can see. But it was a fucking shit show of a movie, and I would never recommend this to anyone. So that is why I had to spoil it for you all.
I'm good with that. I don't understand why everybody was so thirsty for it in the Discord because it sounds terrible.
Dude, it's so fucking bad. It's so bad.
So give it a rating. Purchase it, pirate it, or cough in my mouth.
Cough in my mouth, 100%. By the way, Smithers, somebody was pretty pissed at your rating system on Instagram.
Fuck that guy.
Some like B-list Hollywood actor who probably hasn't even, maybe he's acted in like Chicago Fire or something, was like not fucking cool telling people to pirate movies. I'm like, you're also taking a podcast called the Chumpcast seriously.
Yes, there's number one. Also, go fuck yourself. And 3, we support the movie industry more than pretty much anybody I know. How much money do you think we spent on movies in the last 5 years?
Yeah.
We throw money at movie studios and streaming services and everything else. So you can eat shit, take a joke, or go the fuck away. Fair?
Touche, my man.
Great. So we put a call out last week for some voicemails because I kind of want to get people back into this. And obviously everybody's at home looking for something to do. And we're doing the same fucking thing. So this is a longtime listener and friend of the show, Kyle in Wisconsin. So I'm going to play this. He's got a question for us.
Hey, Chumps, it's Kyle. It's been a long time, but just sitting here playing some Smash.
Let's go.
And yeah, appreciate your efforts to put some content out into this this world that we're living in right now. So here's my question. We are in a post-apocalyptic state. Take that, Mark.
Eat shit, Mark.
We are in a post-apocalyptic state.
You got it the first try. Fuck.
Like Smash Brothers, who would you choose to be represent you in a real-life version of Super Smash Brothers? I know it's not the greatest, but just
I love it.
All right, guys. Take care. Keep rocking on.
So first and foremost, thanks for the question, Kyle. I think that the basis of this is we're taking these Smash characters, putting them into real life, and they're like our avatars. Does that sound right?
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, I think so. That's what I got from it.
All right. So I will kick this off then, because first of all, if you don't know Smash, it's the most ridiculous premise ever. It's every, main character from any video game ever. On
it's
Nintendo
from the
game.
Nintendo universe for the most part. A little bit of Rare.
There are a mixture of people and Pokemon and dinosaurs. There are why would you not pick a dinosaur to represent you? I mean, I think I got to go. If you're talking about winning, like I assume that's what we're going for here. Probably Bowser, right? He's a giant dinosaur
who can breathe fire. He spits hot fire like Dylan.
So I think that's my vote. Brick, what do you think?
It's to represent you. So I guess that makes sense. It does take on some of your characteristics, I would imagine. Mine's going to be Ness because, first of all, I'm an actual child, personality-wise. Second of all, I got a mean baseball bat. Hit me with a baseball bat. I will actually hit dongs out of the park. Also, my more deadly weapon, the yo-yo. I will walk the dog all over your ass.
So I think we're gonna do our own, and then also we're gonna pick some for you. Brick, if I had to pick one for you, it's King Dedede.
Why?
Because you just kind of look like him.
Let me see. I'm gonna see a picture of him. He's large and in charge and a big ass boss of Kirby. So yeah, that's fine. I like that. Something
about the blank expression on his face and the big smile, and it is a toothless smile. And I remember when you were toothless, so.
I had teeth. It was a gap tooth. It was a very big Michael Strahan-esque style of tooth.
Nah, it was like 4 times the size of Michael Strahan.
It was enormous.
Nothing there.
It was enormous. That's fine.
All right, Mark, what do you think?
I'm gonna go from a different perspective. I'm gonna say Princess Peach, because from a quarantine perspective, if we're talking like coronavirus type shit in a post-apocalyptic world, she's like quarantined all the time in her fucking castle. So I already have a leg up there.
Okay. Well, she's captured most of the time. She's a prisoner. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense. Okay.
She can handle herself well under distress because 90% of the time she is distress from being captured by Bowser or whoever the fuck it is. Also, she's a leader. She leads the Mushroom Kingdom. I would most likely be able to bring civilization back to some normalcy eventually. Normalcy. What is it, Smithers?
Normalcy.
I had it right the first time. Thought so. Point for me, right?
I think is right. Okay, that's interesting. But if you're going to go that route, why wouldn't you pick the dog from Duck Hunt, knowing that dogs can't get coronavirus?
Ah, fuck. I guess the dog really can't lead a civilization.
How do you know, dude? Isn't there a dog that's the mayor of like Detroit or something?
No, it's like a small town in Minnesota, I think.
But Princess Peach already has some. I mean, she's led the Mushroom Kingdom for quite some time. So,
okay, how about this take though? What about Dr. Mario, where you're an actual doctor and you're just throwing pills at everybody to try and make them better?
What
is Dr. Mario an Ultimate Smash?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in like the second one.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like the first alternate character of Mario. Wahoo! Take your coronavirus. Wahoo! Select your player.
Peach is like one of the strongest Smash characters from like a ability perspective.
You're dumb.
They're a strong Smash character. They're all basically the same, powered the same way. That's
they're tiered.
The game fun.
There's tiered. I guarantee you, Peach is in the strongest tier. Brick, you can look it up.
I don't think so. But
wow.
I think what's Mark's alternative one? Are those his alternatives? Were the dog, Duck Hunt, and Dr. Mario?
Strongest Smash characters.
I'm trying to think of somebody who looks the dumbest, but Pac-Man's bald.
That's true. Hama. But for your alternate character, Smithers, I would say Rob, the robot, just because emotionless, and you can shoot lasers from your eyes in both senses.
Coronavirus, if you're a robot.
It's true, and you're coronavirus free. And
hey, Brick, rankboost.com ranked Peach in the S tier, which is the best tier above A tier. So,
swag. Congratulations. That's fine.
Great. Well, thanks again, Kyle, for sending in the question. I hope we try to kind of answer it. I mean, everything that we ever debate turns into an argument anyway, so I think we kind of knew that was coming. But
also throw some more questions to all of our
listeners. We want all of the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can get us at 847-920-6107 if you want to leave us a voicemail. So we're still kind of in weird times, and I'm still looking for shit to talk about.
Wait, give me one more, because I want to give Mark one more alternative.
Go for it.
Alamar, because you're a space cadet, first of all, and you can be also you can be coronavirus free by going to the moon or space, and you can make your own little Pikmin, which you've already done.
Actually now, Mark? You just got called a space cadet by the biggest space cadet I've ever met on the planet.
Not really. Alamar is also S tier.
I like.
He is one of the 3 S tiers. Lucina, right?
Sure.
How do you say that?
Lucina,
Alamar, and Peach are all S tier. The best players in Smash, according to Boost.
You're welcome, Mark. That was a compliment to you.
Great. I thought that since we're coming up on the end of March now, new streaming options are going to come real soon. So I thought maybe we could cover this real quick, just so.
Oh, a little throwback to an old segment.
It is, and we kind of got off of it because we actually had movies to review, and that is no longer the case. So, So starting April 1st, and you guys just stop me when I say something that catches your eye, but coming to Netflix April 1st is all 6 seasons of Community, which I can wait for.
What is that? A April Fool's joke?
No.
Okay, cool.
I get it. The Social Network. So the Facebook story, just Facebook. Drop the. This Coffee and Kareem movie is coming April 3rd, which I think we'll talk about later. We just got a trailer for that. And we also got a trailer for The Willoughbys, which it's going to be a really hard couple of months if all we're getting is direct-to-streaming movies.
It's going to be hard. We just dropped 4 names. Actually, Community, amazing. They were on Hulu already, so I already was watching that. I guess no big deal. But I guess that's good for Netflix. Community's underrated.
Every service, so I think it's great.
Underrated.
It changes so drastically from season 1 to like season 3. All of the characters completely change. So
Yeah.
took a hard pivot, and it's really good. I think it's one of my favorite sitcoms ever.
Yeah, no, there's one episode where they do like the separate timelines where Donald Glover and they're all in like that apartment. I was crying laughing.
The darkest timeline. We are truly
Darkest timeline. It's so brilliant. This is the darkest timeline. Absolutely.
Yeah. So coming to Hulu April 1st, Blazing Saddles, a Mel Brooks staple. If you haven't seen this movie, I feel like you owe it yourself to go back and check this out, or anything else I ever did.
Be prepared for the most racist, not even undertones, overtones in this movie. It's so racist.
It's satire though. Like,
absolutely. But like, if this movie came out in 2020, canceled.
No, wouldn't happen.
Canceled. See ya.
Horton Hears a Who is coming to Hulu. Get Smart with Steve Carell and Anne Hathaway. I actually like that movie.
The Rock is in that movie too.
Rock is in that movie.
The badass spy. Anyway,
it was Rob Riggle and a few other pretty big names. Both of the Kill Bills are coming to Hulu.
Dude,
man, I know that's Mark's jam.
Yeah.
Zombieland.
Future Man season 3. That's what I just owed. I can't believe that's coming out April 3rd.
Yeah, I
watched that.
This is the final season, and I knew we talked about it when you watched season 2 not that long ago.
Dude,
I know you're a fan.
I loved Future Man. Also, Seth Rogen just got into it. Like, he was in the last episode.
So he's one of the executive producers of the show, and I'm guessing he just decided like, fuck it, I got nothing to do. I'll come on. So
amazing.
Also, recent Oscar winner Parasite is coming to Hulu on April 8th. So if you have not caught Parasite yet, it's absolutely worth a watch.
That's awesome that they're doing that.
Amazon Prime. Do you guys remember this John Wick knockoff called Hotel Artemis? It was like right in.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
I didn't what he did, but now we have all the time in the world, so we'll get a chance to go check it out.
More John Wick universe. I guess I'm for it.
More post-apocalyptic stuff. I Am Legend coming April 1st to Amazon.
All-time saddest dog movies. It's up there.
And The Lighthouse, which was Mark's favorite movie of 2019, coming to Amazon Prime April 16th.
'Twas ye,
ye salty dogs. Also, I thought it was worth noting that Underwater, the movie that came out earlier this year with Kristen Stewart, is going to be available for purchase on April 7th. So if we're out of movies to review by then, we might have to watch that piece of shit looking movie.
I actually would not be mad about that. I kind of wanted to see that movie.
It was definitely not high on my list, but maybe, you know what? Maybe it'll surprise me.
Sometimes those are the best movies. No expectations. Yeah. This movie's going to blow anuses, and then you're just like, that wasn't that bad. And then you kind of liked it.
+1 for blow anuses.
Sweet.
I'm surprised that Parasite is going to be available on Hulu for just all their subscribers, but
especially since
it's going to have to be bought.
Especially since HBO bought the rights to the Parasite sequel or series that they're making. You'd think it would have went to HBO.
Is this because just none of these streaming services want to pay the money to have this available for streaming? Is that why Underwater is you need to pay for it because no streaming service wants it?
I don't know about that, but it is definitely a price thing. But the studio probably lost their ass on this movie because
I want to make money.
I didn't hear anybody talking about it. Parasite made plenty of money. It was a lower budget film anyways, and also it's been out for quite a bit longer. So I think that's probably the reason why.
It came out like 5-6 months ago, like October, right?
Well, not just that, like it had a festival release before that, and then it got a wider theatrical release. So it's been out even longer than what you think it has.
Right. Okay.
And last but not least, HBO. I know not everybody has HBO, but they obviously have the best movies, except for FX, because they have
has the movies, has some movies that nobody else wants to buy.
Exactly. Make the cut at HBO. So April 1st, which is Tuesday, I think. American Pie 1 through 3, which is probably the only American Pies worth watching. The third one is American Wedding, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
Okay. Die Hard 1 and 2, both Flintstones movies. So not just Flintstones, but also
Rock
Flintstones.
Vegas.
Viva Rock Vegas, yes. The Nice Guys.
You know what? The Nice Guys is one of those movies I saw once and I loved it and I never saw it again. I think I want to go back and rewatch that. Russell Crowe, the other handsome guy. What's the guy's name?
Isn't it Colin
Gosling?
Gosling.
I must be thinking of a different movie then. That's good. Then.
No, that I did watch that movie and I would highly recommend The Nice Guys.
Cool.
That definitely is Russell Crowe and why the fuck Ryan Gosling? Sorry, quarantine.
Yeah, it's Gosling. What year did that come out?
That came out
16, I think.
2016. Comedy action.
16.
Yeah.
We're also getting
It's a really fucking funny movie.
Got a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. Okay. We're also getting Team America World Police, which is worth going back and rewatching at any point.
Yeah. We remember like earlier this year or like probably late last year, we were watching it. We were like, this movie is hilarious. We also need that to be, we need that to be Space Force. Again, I will reiterate, please make a Space Force.
God. Okay. Good Boys, the comedy that we reviewed, actually when we did our live show. That's on April 4th.
The Nice Guys, the Good Boys. Keep going.
Good Boys was fine. It'll be decent. It's definitely a streaming movie, not a theater movie, and we saw it in theaters. So
yeah, Good Boys was no Nice Guys. I'll stop with the shitty puns.
Thank you. Also, Stuber, which is probably the same, not worth going to see in theaters, but it's fine. It's worth a watch.
Stuber.
And It Chapter 2. So that's pretty much what's coming to streaming in the coming month.
Cool.
What we really need is more shit like Tiger King. So after we do this,
do we?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. What the fuck?
Something that can capture the attention of the entire nation. Nobody is out here saying, no, this was stupid. I'm mad that I watched it. Everybody is talking about this. The memes are incredible.
Yes, that's very true. Also, I watched the first 2 episodes and then like kind of watched the 3rd episode. And then like I put it back on this morning because we were reviewing it. And before that, I was like, I get it. Like, this is kind of crazy. At episode 5, I was 2 inches away from my screen being like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I already knew everything that happened. Everyone spoiled it already. And I was just like still glued to my screen.
It's funny. It's funny that a show like this can like capture your attention more than any other movie or show that's like about a serious matter. Like this is about just fucking meth heads in Florida or wherever. And they own tigers.
Florida, yeah. But
Oklahoma. I don't get it.
I don't think that this would have been as big of a phenomenon had we not all been on lockdown this week.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
The world is losing their minds.
I think it would have been. It would have just took more time.
Maybe. But the fact that everybody watched it at the same time and everybody gets the memes, like nobody's going to come into this a month later and be like, oh, I can't believe I just got this. This is point in time type stuff. So
like a year later, have you guys seen the Tiger King? Like, yeah, everyone saw it and talked about it while everyone was quarantined.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are a member of our Patreon page, we will be recording a short review talking about the ridiculousness that is Tiger King after this show. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
When Nolan grows up and he's like, Dad, what was it like when I was born and you guys were all quarantined? I'm just going to turn on Tiger King and be like, right here, son, right here.
This will explain everything. The next 7 hours, this was us. This was the nation.
You want a history lesson, you little shit?
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Fuck back and watch this.
Hello, my big cat tigers and big cat kitties. How you doing? I'm Carol Devers or whatever her name is. I didn't kill my husband at all.
All of that. Butchering tiger.
Hey, by the way, this is a good chance to plug this. So after this episode, we are going to be separately recording a segment of a Tiger King review for just our Patreon. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up at Patreon.
What I just said 30 seconds ago.
Literally.
Where were you? You were sitting there the entire time. You didn't even get up and leave.
I was doing some research.
Just so you guys know, we will be doing a Tiger review after this for our patrons. Just so if you guys didn't hear the 2 previous comments, we'll confirm that we are, in fact, doing that as well.
Oh my God! All of you, shut up! All right,
Thanks for confirming.
We got some. I hate you both. You're both at -3 right now, by the way, in terms of points. Let's talk about some trailers. We mentioned earlier The Willoughbys, which is coming to Netflix on April 22nd. So this is the story of 4 really creepy children.
Are they Australian?
No.
The Willoughby.
No. What? What does that have to do with Australia?
You mean wallaby? Like the fucking
wallabies. Bees? I'm losing my mind, people. I'm losing my mind. Give me a
marsupial.
Give me a quarantine credit for just being a psychopath.
Anyways, this is the story of 4 creepy children that are trying to murder their negligent parents.
Isn't this like a Disney movie?
No, it's not. It's coming straight to Netflix.
Sounds like a Disney movie, honestly.
Isn't this the plot of the Jimmy Neutron movie?
Jimmy Neutron in a dark timeline is Dexter from Dexter's Lab, right?
I guess.
Sure.
Okay.
Just I mean, is Jimmy Neutron darker than Dexter?
I don't think so.
Dexter is a very menacing individual.
Yeah, he always had that kid live down the street, the fucking nerdlinger kid who was trying to kill him all the time.
Yeah. So in the dark timeline, if we're going back to the Community comment, the dark timeline, Dexter is just Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron is Dexter in the dark timeline.
Back to the movies, though.
Yeah, go on.
It's got a hell of a cast. So Will Forte, Maya Rudolph, Terry Crews, Martin Short, Ricky Gervais. Brick, I know you love Ricky Gervais.
Yep.
So this is an animated movie. It looks like it will kill an hour and a half of time.
Yeah, it looks fine.
I think is this going to be? Was it PG? Do Netflix even have like rating systems, or do they have TV rating systems? I don't even.
Yeah, they have the 5 stars above the title usually, right?
He's talking about like.
Is it rated R? Yeah.
Oh
no, this is a kids movie. Didn't you watch the fucking trailer?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, what's Netflix system? Is it R rated, or is it just like here's all the shit?
I think it's like TV, where they do like the TVMA, violence, sex, butts, meth.
If you're asking if this is PG or G, I would probably say PG.
Yeah,
PG.
The premise is a little dark. Kids are they wishing away their parents, or are they actually murdering their parents?
Our parents are so mean to us in our giant mansion. Oh my God, let's murder them. Isn't that what that was about?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, sorry, you have a roof over your heads, and we feed you and take care of you, and you want to kill us.
Peanut Butter Jelly Jam says it's such a good point. You're so withholding, Smithers. Won't even give us any points. We'll only take away.
-1 point to both of you for being assholes.
Is this like it's like golf, right? The less you do, the better we're actually doing, right, Mark?
Yeah, I'm just not going to talk the whole episode.
That'd make good content.
Enough during your fucking B movie review.
I know I did.
For both episodes, honestly.
I didn't get any points for that, by the way, fucker.
Yeah, that's because you rambled for 10 fucking minutes.
It's a race to the bottom.
All right, solar opposites. So this is the reason why Rick and Morty still has not come back. Between this and fucking Pringles commercials and everything else that they're doing to make money. This is created by Justin Roiland, who is one half of the creative team, him and Dan Harmon, who actually we should have mentioned created Community. So Justin Roiland is the creator of this. It's coming May 8th. Kind of looks like watered down Rick and Morty. They're basically aliens living on Earth, and apparently nobody realizes that they're aliens.
And one is younger and one's a bit older, and they both kind of like team up sort of thing.
There is a lot that you can do with the optics behind that, like being self-aware that these are the aliens fitting in with these normal people, but then they do ridiculous things. And there's so much comedy within that. Just like that Octodad game from PlayStation, where I was crying laughing because he's in a world where he's supposed to be a dad, but he's just an octopus, and it's fucking hilarious. As stupid as that sounds, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Okay.
Regardless, I'm for this because I'm just looking forward to all the fucking type of alien species he's gonna come up with, like Flubby Gubbies or some dumb shit.
The weird names.
Yeah,
everything is
that's
just
the best part. He
creates his own inside jokes by doing weird flooby flabs and other dumb names that he comes up with that like just stick. Wubba wubba dub dub, just like all those catchphrases.
Dub flubber gubs
just catches on. It's insane.
Fair enough. I'm still just kind of bitter that we're not getting more Rick and Morty. While they signed on to do like 60 more episodes. They released 5 in the hiatus.
Whoa, Smithers Smithers is bitter.
How long has it been since we've seen the rest of Rick and Morty?
Surprise. It was this year. It was probably January, right? Or November. Was it November?
Yeah,
it's only been 3 months, 4 months.
It's been a long.
We don't even know what. I don't even know what day it is in quarantine anymore. It's just like, here's another thing.
It does feel like it's been an eternity. So
it's kind of fucked up. They didn't have like I get it that they're behind, but you would think they would have like 3 episodes that they're just holding on to, and this would be the perfect time to release them. You know, with the situation we're in.
It's also not easy to just be like, let's rush out a bunch of shit that's going to be good. You have 70 episodes, which, and when you really think about it, there's not that much time. I mean, they could sign on for more, but you want everyone to be good. You don't want to just start throwing out shit and then have, like, look what happened to Community with Dan Harmon. Like, they say like the later episodes, because of some of the writing changes and stuff like that, like ruined part of the show. And, you know, it's like, I think that he doesn't want that to happen to Rick and Morty. People, obviously it'd be fantastic if everyone could watch Rick and Morty and have a laugh, but at the same time, I'm on the don't rush greatness. It'll come when
I know they're fantastic writers, but look at like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, like the shit they do and how quickly they put it out.
Yeah, who else does that?
I know, but like, yeah, you can say like don't rush this sort of thing, but they had 4 months to put out another episode, and I bet they do have more episodes. They're just not putting them out, which it doesn't make sense to me. But if they don't have them, I still think like, come on.
It's not just that; it's the fact that they're doing other shit when they
this solar opposites
between this or Pringles commercials, or they just released some 5-minute sketch of Rick fighting people as a samurai
on YouTube.
Like that's what you're fucking doing right now.
There's like, I'm sure there's all part of that creative process though. When you think about it, it's like, is this going to be good enough to be a whole episode? No, let's make it short and give somebody something to do. You know,
I guess I don't
think
know.
about
Get off their pee, Rick.
The creative process behind making something like that is not easy at all. It has to be like, there's trial and error. You got to be, this will work, this won't work. You got to run with some things, cut some things. So I'm happy that they can show us some stuff behind the scenes, perhaps.
It's one for carrying Dan Harmon's water.
And his wang.
No matter what we say, Rick will never talk down to Dan Harmon or fucking Justin.
Why would I? They're great.
Found out that he gave your mom coronavirus via sexual exploits, you'd be like, no, he was just trying to please my mom. It was fine.
Did she survive?
No.
Okay. Well,
even if they were like, yeah, it's been a long ass time, we should have provided you guys with some new material. Brick would still be like, no, dude, I get it. You guys need to take your time. You need to really think about these episodes.
Yep.
I'm not out here to rush this shit. I know it sounds like that. It's just like when I see something like this and it's basically just Rick and Morty with a different fascia on it, it's like, okay, sure.
I want Rick and Morty and I want it now. That's Mark right now. That's Mark right now.
It's true.
Let's move on.
Fucking now.
Are you guys interested at all in Quibi, this service that we started getting commercials for around the time of the Super Bowl, where they apparently all of these are short films that are between 4 and 10 minutes long, and you do see some pretty major names that are agreeing to sign on to do this type of stuff. Makes me wonder where the money's coming from. Like, how do you get Christoph Waltz to do this fucking movie for your no-name service? Which brings me to trailer that we just got for The Most Dangerous Game, starring Liam Hemsworth and Christoph Waltz. So Liam Hemsworth basically has some kind of, I don't know, terminal disease, and he needs surgery, and he has no money, which is a little too real. But basically, he agrees to be hunted, like most Dangerous Game style, by humans to get paid. And if he survives 24 and a half hours, he gets like $50 million or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, $24 million, $24.5 million.
Why the 0.5?
Maybe a little bonus for making it all the way.
That's definitely going to be like, you've survived 24 hours, but here's another 30 minutes bonus round.
Whoopsie.
That's where he gets killed for sure.
So that's going to be.
So do you think they're going to take any use any different techniques to start film these specifically for Quibi or whatever this thing's called? Or are they just going to take a movie and just cut it into 10-minute segments and just keep pumping them out every day or so?
My understanding is that for series, they will all be between 4 and 10 minutes long, and they'll continue that.
So it's like the what's the show? Love, Death, and Robots.
Sure.
More or less.
Except these will be actual continuation stories. These will be serialized.
Interesting. So there would be like 10 episodes at like 4 to 10 minutes each about a show or a movie.
Exactly. So right now, Quibi is not yet live, but they are offering a 90-day free trial, which is huge. Maybe they're just hoping that people will forget that they signed up for Quibi and 90 days later they'll charge everybody. But
what's the date that everyone forgets they have a membership?
Like the amount of days.
A quarter of a year. Yep, a quarter of a year. You're like, Quibi, fuck is that?
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Are they doing like the YouTube aspect ratio, like the 9:16, or are they actually doing like the long view aspect ratio? Because I thought it was the long way view.
I thought it was based off of phone. It's based off of what a phone would do. I think it changed. You can do probably both. Hey, shut up.
Okay. Like it's like IGTV kind of.
-1 for telling Khaleesi to shut up.
Good.
We'll look it up.
All right. The last trailer we got also looks bad. So this is Coffee and Kareem. It's a movie coming straight to Netflix later this month. I'm sorry, in April, starring Ed Helms and Taraji P. Henson. I know that I have not been kind to Ed Helms in the past. I just think he's kind of whiny. I don't know. You guys, Brick, did you think this has any potential?
The Kareem actually looks to be pretty funny. Honestly, he plays the little kid. Ed Helms is dating his mom, and he's like a nerd ass cop. It's a straight to streaming movie, so whatever kind of jokes that they have in this movie, I guess I'm for. Give me content at this point. I am in full quarantine.
I did feel like they were kind of pushing a little hard to be edgy, but like a little kid swearing, it's fine.
Well, Ed Helms' name is Coffee, and he's the white guy. Kareem, Coffee and Cream.
I get it.
They're going edgy.
What was that movie with Stifler, where he watched that kid?
American Pie?
No, he watched the kid in the Big Brother program.
Yeah,
Role Models. Paul Rudd. That movie was hilarious.
Yeah, actually pretty good. It holds up too, I think.
Underrated.
It's kind of like that it reminds me of, but Ed Helms isn't as funny as Stifler, and we'll see how this kid does.
No,
Sean William Scott. Yep.
All right, last bit of news. That's the end of the trailers, but I'm really struggling to pull news together because there is nothing right now. However, Netflix has secured the rights to basically adapt Dragon's Lair, the 1980s video game, to a live action show, and they're going to they've tagged Ryan Reynolds to star and produce in this. So Dragon's Lair was basically, they made it on Laserdisc, so it was animated looking. It looked like you were inside the cartoon, and it was basically QuickTime events. So most people would probably recognize this from, I think in season 2 of Stranger Things, they when they were in the arcade, they showed them playing it, and they're like yelling at each other, like, "No, do it now, do it now." It was really difficult to beat, but it's kind of got that nostalgia burn to it. Brick, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I'm looking it up right now. I don't remember playing this game at all. Again, 1980s, but they kind of look like knights and the kind of the same artistic style of Robin Hood.
Yep,
the Disney movie.
Very accurate.
So I'm down for it. Ryan Reynolds, again, he's going to be goofy and make this his own. So I'm for it.
Like Ryan Reynolds is kind of a can't miss actor. Like
at this point, he's kind of killing it.
Free Guy is coming hopefully soon. Even the movies he does that aren't very good, like Hitman's Bodyguard wasn't very good, but I still enjoyed it.
Right. You know what? I wonder how many of these movies that are coming straight to DVD or straight to DVD. Good Lord, how old am I? Straight to streaming. I wonder if I can do like 3D movies with my VR. Got to check that out. Side note, rambling.
Sounds like it would make me want to barf.
Yep.
Okay.
Best. We the best. Worst. The worst.
She's the worst person in the world. Huge skank, terrible. But thank you.
Mark, you've been quiet for a little while. You got a best man alive?
Joe Exotic.
Just no explanation needed.
No explanation. We'll talk about it later.
Would you have voted for him for president? Did you stop listening to me again?
With these sort of times we're in, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Brick, who's your best man alive?
My best man alive is actually Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor did like this 5-minute long PSA about the coronavirus to all the people of Ireland. And it was actually good, and it actually like made a lot of sense. And just he didn't need to do it. He's not going to be affected by it by any means. He's super fit and young and not a big deal. But like the fact that he went out and made that, good on him. He didn't need to do it, but I think what needs to happen next is John Taffer needs to come on, do an American PSA and tell us to shut it down.
John Taffer, that'd be funny.
Shout out to Krisky for that one.
Do you think that John Taffer's out here like close all the bars down, or do you think he's just like looking for new ways to get people together to drink and make money in a restaurant?
I'm pretty sure he's doing both because that's what he does. Shut it down. We're going to redo this coronavirus free. Shut it down. You're unbelievable. Shut it down.
I do appreciate the constant hustle of John Taffer.
Oh, absolutely. I love how he yells at people. You know, he was doing a marriage counseling show.
Oh, Jesus.
Because how many people that he's helped save marriages because of the saving the bars is like so high that he's like, I need to get into marriage counseling. And that's the John Taffer way.
I mean, when you run out of bars to rescue, you just start yelling at different people about their relationships. It makes sense. Okay.
I need to see a John Taffer like Dr. Phil show coming out next.
Oh, I don't know if I need that.
I do.
I have a worst person alive, and this is pretty much the worst thing you can be doing right now. This woman's name is Margaret Serco, and she is now in jail. She's being charged with basically bioterrorism.
Yeah, just some light treason.
She went to a grocery store and just started coughing and spitting on all of the produce. And this is it gets better. So she coughed and spit on about $35,000 worth of food, which is the shittiest thing you can be doing right now. So not only are you on the hook for damages like that, but also people are like trying to get food and shit. And the fact that this store is, you know, I don't know anything about this town. Maybe it's the only fucking grocery store in this town, but you are a literal piece of shit if you do this.
And she has a daughter.
Oh, she does? Fuck.
Yeah. Imagine like you selfless piece of shit. Like your daughter's going to have to live with this shit now, you being her mother and just being a fucking poop stain on humanity.
Yeah,
that's a burden. That's a burden.
+1 for poop stain. So not only this, she was doing this and like the manager was following her around and shit. And she tried to steal a 12-pack of beer on the way out.
Well, if I ain't gonna cough on all your food, I'm at least gonna get drunk after this.
It's her mugshot. Like there's a picture of her. She just looks like an absolute Karen. Like maybe they denied her from buying 30 packs of toilet paper and she came back and just wanted to get revenge on them.
Hey, do you know who I am? I am one of Joe Exotic's, one of his 3 wives.
Husbands. He has husbands. Rick.
Whatever.
I used to have a dick.
Yeah, I used to have a dick, and Joe, one of them tigers ate it off.
So Rev is accurately pointing out that I'm using his green screen. I would say I did not tell you to leave it here. You asked if you could leave it here, and I'm just utilizing it. You should be thanking me.
No, he's just complimenting you on how good the green screen actually looks.
I don't know. I sense a tone in that comment, but
it was all.
You should just play video games with us, Rev.
Yeah, Rev. Why don't you just hop in COD with us?
Yeah, seriously, dude.
There we go. So this week we are going to review The Invisible Man because we can't go to theaters, and the studio was nice enough. We should be commending them more for releasing these to be able to purchase ahead of time, much sooner than we normally would have. This actually came out in January, if I remember. No, this came out the week of C2E2.
Yeah,
this came out really fucking recently. This was like less than a month ago. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously they're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They want to make some fucking money, but this is currently at 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, 88% from fans. I think that might be a little overinflated. This is, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I feel like you got to be in a certain mood to watch this movie.
Sure.
Agree.
Go. You take this one, Mark. I don't know what to say with that. I mean, you take it. You
Okay.
just agree with it?
Elizabeth Moss was really good in this. She needs to be in a like an Exorcist type movie. Her performance of her just screaming and fucking looking psychotic was pretty good.
They did a great job with the makeup. She had like black eyes from like the circles around her eyes, the bags from like not being able to sleep, and just the pure hysteria of it all.
Yeah. This was also, I should point out, directed by a favorite of ours, Lee Wanell, who did Upgrade. So
Damn, let me upgrade you. Okay.
I'm glad he's getting more work, and I want to see more of his movies. You see in some of the action scenes, not that there's a ton of action in this, but it's very well choreographed, which is kind of a staple for Lee Wanell.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the trailer for this, basically Elizabeth Moss is in a horrible relationship and she gets out. She's in a relationship with this billionaire inventor guy that you get no background on. But he fakes his own death and puts on an invisible suit and starts harassing her, which is kind of fun. I feel like there was an opportunity for more kind of fucked up stuff to happen here, more kind of psychological thriller stuff. And I guess I felt like they were telegraphing everything that was coming, especially with the music in this movie, because as soon as the music hit a crescendo and then died off, you knew that something bad was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the watch it like segment that they use. I'm gonna say watch this like Enough with Jennifer Lopez and What Lies Beneath with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Those are very, very specific. I have not thought about Jennifer Lopez in Enough in a very long time. Okay. Brick, why don't you give me your thoughts on this movie?
Again, I will reiterate how good Elizabeth Moss actually was. The suit itself, I mean, so he faked his own death, right? And then now he's like just literally being a psycho and haunting this woman, his ex-girlfriend, apparently. Again, the choreography was good. They did some creepy stuff, but again, I think you brought it up. A great point was the crescendo of the music and kind of building that suspense. It was there, but I don't know. It was fine for me. This came out February 28th, 2020, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So very recent, just about a month ago. I also, Elizabeth Moss was good. I think that the supporting cast was really good. And it's not just Oliver Jackson Cohen, who plays Adrian Griffin, the billionaire. You'd probably recognize him from The Haunting of Hill House. He was the heroin addict guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good. He didn't get a ton of screen time, but towards the end, he
was an invisible man,
being the unhinged guy, almost to the level of Elizabeth Moss. I mean, she was truly fucking unhinged in this movie. But I also really liked Aldous Hodge, who is the cop, who also, Mark, got shredded for this movie.
Yeah. You see his triceps in that one angle when he was like leaned over, just like on the table or whatever, talking to her. And I'm like,
did
damn.
I see his triceps? You're damn right I saw his triceps.
My man does some press downs on the daily. Anyways, what I really enjoyed about this movie is it went from like 60 to 100 at one specific point in the movie. And I love when that shit happens.
Was that at the diner?
It,
at the dinner table?
At the dinner. Yeah, because it was all just like, okay, this is messed up. He's stalking her. And
it's
then
hearsay. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. And it didn't let down. Once that happened, it just fucking went off the rails. And I love that.
Absolutely. I was about to bring that part up too. So good on you.
The first act is kind of a slow burn. They do a really good job of building the tension in the very opening scene because she's trying to get away from this guy.
The first scene was basically a prison escape. Yeah.
But they also don't give you any background on, why they're even together or like what's so terrible about him. She does some explaining later in the movie, but I don't know. It just didn't really do it for me the way that I had hoped it would have.
But you gotta I don't think it needed to be explained that much. You can kind of tell right off the beginning that this is, even just from the trailer itself, you're like, fucked up relationship. she's just trying to escape. I don't think there was much more needed to be explained, and that's why they jumped right into it.
I guess. Yeah, you're probably right. But as far as understanding Adrian Griffin's motivation, like, you're a literal billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You're a super inventor. You're real life Iron Man.
He created invisibility
with one person, and I don't like. He's basically trying to drive her insane, and because she left him and he wants her back, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And I guess you could just chalk that up to he's a psychopath, but I don't know.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be able to get anybody he wants.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go there, but sure.
I do. Yeah. I didn't want to say
it. He created invisibility. He could creep on anybody.
I'm not trying to be mean, but Elizabeth Moss, in the majority of her roles, she's always in a sex scene, and the dudes she's with are like pretty good looking dudes. But at the same time, I'm just like, she's no fucking J-Lo or anything, you know? And it's like, dude, just go find another girl. Fucking
go literally spy on actual J-Lo. You're invisible.
Yeah. She's out kicking her coverage. I'm happy for it.
Like Handmaid's Tale, Mad Men, she was fucking getting it in. Like
my favorite
multiple dudes.
Scene, my favorite sex scene with her was when she had a 3-way with Jonah Hill and Aldous Snow from Get Into the Green.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right too. But you know what I'm saying? Like she's in plenty of movies where she's just getting it in, and at the same time, I'm just like,
probably like in her contract. I'm slanging and motherfucking banging. I'm Elizabeth Moss. You kidding me? I want Jonah Hill and Aldous Snow.
So the other thing that I took away from this movie is I when I watch a thriller or a horror movie, I try to judge it based on how stupid are the people that are in this movie. Like how many times could they have gotten out of this and they just didn't?
Or shot the guy one extra time and just put him out of his misery.
Yeah, and I felt that a lot in this fucking movie. I understand that it's very unnerving and you can't see where the guy is and everything. But if you go get in a car, you stand by the door, there's not enough room for him to get in behind you. And you know, if he gets in, if a door opens, get in a car, lock the fucking doors and drive away.
Forever. But you'd think if the guy created invisibility, he'd be able to figure out where she is. Oh, I can create invisibility. Maybe I'll just hack into her phone or hack into her car GPS.
Fucking follows her everywhere. And that was the other thing is you're in a fucking high-end restaurant and you tell me there are 0 cameras there. 0.
It's called privacy.
There are cameras everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
And they lean into technology in this movie. Everybody's got a phone and, you know, like, obviously he's got a fucking suit made of cameras that makes him invisible. Technology exists. You're telling me we're obviously in a fucking Big Brother surveillance state.
My biggest come on moment was when she poured the paint on him, which is a thought everyone had going through their head. And you're like, oh, she actually did it in the movie. Wow, that's something I would do. But then somehow he gets all of that paint off of him within 3 minutes.
Yes. No,
not 3 fucking minutes. Using a sink. Just the fucking sink to wash his hands.
Also, some of the sounds that he was making sound like he was like an actual robot creature. Like
Predator in the forest when he's hunting Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, what the suit makes you fucking tick like a weirdo now?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of those movies where it's like, if you're feeling smart, don't watch it, because the whole time you're going to be like, I would have done this differently, whatever.
The guy's invisible. What are you doing? Yeah. Just get out of there. Okay.
But I also like the semi-realistic type feel to it, where I didn't want it to be a supernatural type thing where the guy just happens to be a ghost and be invisible and haunting her.
I'm invisible now.
Evan Bacon came out 15 years ago. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I like how they actually made it semi-realistic.
Fair enough. And so there was a reveal later in the movie, without spoiling it, I guess, that there's more than one
suit.
Yeah. So
because he was wearing one and she grabbed the other one.
Yeah. So obviously that's out there, and you know that immediately because you know how much time is left in this fucking movie and it's not over yet. So that's it's just kind of obvious to me. I guess I just wasn't surprised by pretty much anything that happened in this movie.
Now, let me ask you this. Did this correlate with the Mummy? Aren't they still doing those monster universes, or is that all kind of kaputs?
This isn't a monster though.
It is. It's one of the original Universal monsters is the Invisible Man, like Frankenstein, Dracula,
Swamp Thing? No, that's Swamp Monster. Wasn't there Creatures of the Black Lagoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creatures of the Black Lagoon.
That's what it is.
So they were trying to tie all this shit together, and I think it just keeps falling apart because they keep making subpar movies. This movie actually did really well, but what was the Mummy one with Tom Cruise? That one fucking flopped. So
yeah, that was like 2018, I think.
Yeah, so every time they keep trying to do one of these movies and tie them together, that's what they're trying to do is build a universe, and it's just not working very well.
2017, actually.
Okay, I remember seeing that. So this is actually, obviously, it's a Blumhouse movie, so they made it for $7 million because that's what Blumhouse does, and it grossed over 126 million plus whatever it's going to get off of the streaming service rights and stuff. So this is doing pretty good. I don't know. Other than that, I felt like it could have used a little bit of levity, just like a couple laughs. There was one scene that was not supposed to be funny, but I laughed my ass off at, and that is when the Invisible Man makes the girl think Storm. I don't remember her name. Sydney. That's James' daughter. So she's living with them, Sydney and
He
James.
smacks the fuck out of her.
Yeah, I fucking died laughing. I was, oh my god. So fucking stupid, ridiculous. And they were taking it so seriously in the movie, and I could not stop laughing. I thought it was so fucking funny.
The Invisible Man literally bitch slapped like a 14-year-old girl.
Well, I mean, when you say that and I laugh at it, it sounds horrible, but I'm just I'm revisiting it, like the actual scene. It was fucking hilarious. So
that girl did a good job. That the young girl, Storm Reed.
Storm Reed.
She did a really good job, like portraying some of those like horrific screams and like kind of being in the moment. I thought she did pretty good.
Yeah, another point for the supporting cast. She was really good.
Yeah.
So I guess we rate it. Mark, what do you think?
I will say pirate it.
So as a reminder, our options in this coronavirus world are pay to watch it.
Purchase it,
pirate it. Okay, purchase it, pirate it, or I would rather a sick person cough into my mouth.
Well, cough in my mouth to keep it short.
For shorthand, sure. Brick, what do you
for all the people out there who take us very seriously? I know there's some of you. Pirate it. We actually just mean don't buy this. Just wait till it comes out on FX or something.
On streaming, yeah.
You're not going to listen to what we tell you anyways.
This is a really good FX movie. It's not super gory, or they don't cuss a ton. They don't have to trim a ton of it out. This is definitely going to be on FX. Right.
Actually, it is perfect FX movie. So I'm going to go FX movie because I won't be a pirate whore, but I'll give I'm insinuating something, but FX movie.
Yeah, definitely
has the movies.
I think I agree with you guys on this. Had I been maybe in a different mindset and more into a thriller at the time, I might have enjoyed it a little bit more. Elizabeth Moss did really well. It's probably one of the better streaming options out there right now if you're looking for something new. I just can't justify paying $20 for it. Maybe if you got like a room full of people, like you got a family and there's 5 of you that want to watch this or something, or if you're just saying fuck off to the quarantine and you're getting like a bunch of people together, then sure. But other than that, not worth it.
Is there a way to watch movies with people, like in kind of at the same app or something like that?
You can do Netflix Party, but this isn't on Netflix, so no, it's not possible for this sort of thing.
Okay.
Say you can if you know what you're doing. Like if I can screen share with you guys right now, I think you can put 2 and 2 together and realize that, yeah, you could absolutely do that. You could somebody else. Okay. Let's do some recommendations. I will get Tiger King out of the way. Obviously, everybody in the world has watched this by now. It's number 1 on Netflix, and everybody's seen it. So that's pretty apparent.
Okay, mine.
Are
you good? Okay. I will do The Lion King. If you haven't seen that movie, go check out The Lion King.
Oh my God.
Why?
Tiger King, Lion King?
That's it?
Yeah. We get it.
I was genuinely curious if you liked that movie. That movie sucked.
Oh no, the
Minus a
original.
point.
The original.
Oh, okay. The original's good. Whatever.
Disney Plus.
Sure. Mark, I finally caught up on Harley Quinn, and it gets a lot better after the first couple episodes. This is absolutely worth watching. So
That is true.
we're getting the second season of the Harley Quinn animated series in a couple of weeks, I think. They didn't take much time off because DCU is obviously thirsty for content. This is the perfect level of not taking anything seriously. Everything's a big joke because it's a comic book universe, and it should be. So well done. It's very funny. Just a good take on the Batman universe.
Okay, might have to actually check that out then.
I agree.
You got-
Schitt's Creek.
It's great.
okay. Finally catching up on it, huh? How far
Yeah.
are you?
We recommended that before.
I
don't think
did.
so, right?
Yeah.
I did a few weeks
Oh, you
ago.
did. Okay.
But I appreciate that you definitely listen to me all the time.
I'm also watching. You guys will be happy. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So good. You're finally putting that on, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
It's actually hilarious. What episode are you on for that? Are you watching it all the way through?
Yeah, I'm on episode 6 of season 1.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
you're in for a damn. Danny DeVito isn't even in that yet.
Yeah,
It's going to be a very wild ride for you. And you're
I
slowly
know.
going to realize that you are Dennis Reynolds.
they're kind of like us in that they always call each other racist for shit.
Yeah, it gets insane. It gets so wild.
But we're
Uh,
not
Joe,
racist.
We need
Everyone's
to
but-
play Charlie McDennis. You'll know once you get there.
Jesus. We would die.
Yeah, the characters are pretty great. They all have their specific little traits about them that are funny as fuck.
One more quick recommendation, and we'll wrap this up, and I'll give the point totals. It's called Breeders. It's on FX. It stars Martin Freeman. And basically, I don't recommend this if you are expecting a baby because it's terrifying. Martin Freeman basically yells at his kids to shut the fuck up the entire time and says horrible things. It's kind of a serious comedy. It's basically like a real life, hey, we have 2 kids now and nothing turned out the way that we thought it was going to, so it's hard to be an adult. It's terrifying to me. And Mark, if you watched it, I think you would probably agree.
Okay. I do have one more recommendation.
Go for it.
2 stand-ups that I guess 2 more recommendations, but 2 stand-ups that just recently came out. One of them was Tom Segura's. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, so good.
And then the other one was Bert Kreiser. I can never say his name, but Bert Kreiser. He's the one who did the Russian train robbing story from like a few years back. Both of those stand-ups are worth the watch. They're actually funny. Bring some levity into this quarantine time.
Fair enough. Okay, let's do our quick point system recap. So here we go. I've been keeping meticulous. So both of you get -1 for
Can you zoom in a little bit?
more than this.
Yeah. There you go.
So both of you were late. So
Type
negative. Neither of you watched the trailers that I sent. Minus points. Mark gets a negative point for making gross mouth noises into the microphone.
Checks out.
+1 for actually watching the B movie. -1 for repeating me after I said that we were going to review Tiger King, and then you were like 30 seconds later, you're like, "Oh yeah, stick around afterwards for when we review Tiger King."
I get it.
-1. Both of you got -1 for being an asshole here.
That checks out.
Brick, you got -1 for walking away right as I said, "Okay, let's get started." You got up and walked away.
Can I give you a little disclosure? It was to get an alcoholic coffee beverage.
Fair enough. Is there whiskey in that?
I believe it was vodka.
Ew, dude.
Vodka and coffee?
No, it's a coffee brew that has. I'll go get a can. 1 second.
Sure.
Just kidding. But go ahead and explain first.
Okay. You said blows anuses at one point, which I gave you a point for.
Appreciate that.
-1 for butchering the Tiger King names. -1 for carrying Dan Harmon's water about Rick and Morty being late all the time.
So
-1 for yelling at Khaleesi, and +1 for making the dumb invisible man sounds. I appreciate that.
dope.
So
Was I gonna get a point for the alcoholic beverage or no?
you were until you said vodka and coffee, and it sounds terrible. So he's going to get this right now. I'm so sorry, Elise, that I had a typo as I was doing 6 other things. You absolute fucking buppet. Mark, we didn't pick a movie for Brick to have to watch. We got to figure this out real quick. What's something dumb on streaming that he has to give us a review for?
Let me look this up. Worst movies to stream.
Okay. Hard cold brew coffee. That actually sounds okay.
I put cream in it. Tastes brilliant.
Ooh, so it's like vodka with milk.
It's literally like those coffee. What do you put coffee and coffee and Kahlua is what it tastes like.
I got you. Okay. All right, Brick. You lost this week, and
Please, Velocipaster. As a reverend myself.
you are an ordained minister.
Minister. As a minister myself.
The easy answer is you have to give us a review for Velocipaster by the end of this week.
So pumped. Also, I thought the winner gets to choose who gets to do the review.
That's weird, but sure.
So Mark won, but I'll still do it anyway. I don't care. That's fine.
Okay. Well, next week, Mark will be the points master, and he
also.
can.
So Smithers is going to send out a Funko for not watching Cats, or what?
That was never part of the arrangement.
But you got to watch Cats. You're going to watch Cats. Maybe watch Cats.
Rule right now, though, if Smithers doesn't watch Cats by next week, he's got to send out a Funko.
I'm the points master, and I veto this idea.
No, we actually. Right. You need to watch it. It's been forever. It's been actually over a month. You're being a Mark Welcher. You don't want to have that title.
I will watch it this week, and you will have a review. But I promise you, it will be painfully much shorter than Mark's review of B Movie, because Jesus Christ, I wanted to blow my brains out.
Mine will be
painfully much
longer.
shorter. So you're saying my longer review wasn't as painful?
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow, Mark just twisted Smithers in his own words. What kind of world are we living in?
I'm hungover. Leave us voicemails, 847-920-6107. If you are going to watch Velocipaster or Cats, leave us a voicemail with your very quick review, please. Do not make it 10 minutes long.
Mine will be
questions.
Painfully long as well.
Great. I think that a good question for next week is maybe if you could have one property release early, what would it be? So either a movie or a video game or book or whatever the fuck it is that you're looking forward to, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
So either hit us up on social media or call us, or you can actually text us too. So anything else?
We want to hear your pretty voices.
Can we give the number? What's the number? I guess they give it in the beginning, right?
I said it several times. 847-920-6107. I think that
you should get the number.
Oh, I hate you guys. Until next time.
Chumps out, motherfuckers.
Peace. He stole my piece. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have another hard brew because I'm a psycho.